This is the Life Truth Network. Good afternoon. This is Nathan Caldwell, creator and narrator for the Crimson Garnet series. For those who have been listening to Lion's Den audiobook and drama podcast from the very beginning, there was a story that featured the Crimson Garnet called Stronghold 2, or I should say Book 2. This story that you're about to hear takes place after the events of Crimson Garnet 6 and before Book 2. And now, Crimson Garnet 7. Somewhere in the Louisiana bayou, a man dressed in leather is running in the swamp. He traveled for 8 hours. He was looking for a single herb. An herb he now has. To an untrained eye, it looks just like an ordinary flower. It has amazing medicinal properties. But is he too late to save his friend?
Son, it's too late for me, boy. Listen, it's not your fault. You did your best. Go to Seattle. There is a letter with information on the table. Never let the security squad or the Security Master find you. His ways are evil. Don't ever let anyone know or say your name.
The old man dies. The son survives. The swamp is his home. The waters are black. Thus he is called Blackwater. Seattle. 2 days later. Dwayne Bronze's roommate, Mark Skies, sits and looks at paperwork.
Doors open.
As the door opens, Mark sees a man dressed in leather, dripping wet and breathing hard.
It can't be. I've seen you before. Who are you?
No names. I ain't met you. Pa said you was my cousin. You're all I got left, Mark.
You mean...
My father is dead.
Well, you guys can come in now. Well, hey, Mark.
Dwayne, this is my cousin.
You can call me Blackwater.
Hello.
Meanwhile, a shadowy figure stands. He knows many things.
Any information on the old man?
Why, he's dead, sir.
He is a proud man. He is known as the Security Master.
Good. Very good indeed. And his son?
His spies are everywhere.
Presumed dead.
Almost everywhere. Back in Seattle, Matthew, Andrew, Dwayne, Debbie, Mark Skies, and Blackwater sit in a park having a peaceful picnic.
I must admit, that's fine chicken, Debbie.
I didn't cook it. Dwayne did.
No, I didn't cook it. I thought Grandpa did.
I didn't cook it. I cooked it, and it's not chicken. It's... Never mind, Andrew.
I think I lost my appetite.
You crazy. This is good eating.
Suddenly, The picnic becomes less peaceful.
He stole my purse!
My wallet, too.
I'd like to help.
I've gotta go.
Dwayne goes and hides.
Garnet!
Lightning strikes the ring, causing changes inside Dwayne Braun's. Dwayne removes his outer clothes and superspeeds to a secret compartment in his grandfather's truck. Donning his helmet, he becomes the Crimson Garnet! Back at the picnic.
There goes the weather.
At lightning speed, the Crimson Garnet catches the mugger. But from behind, he's hit in the back of the head with a gun butt. Garnet, however, just shakes it off, continuing to fight the now two evildoers. Blackwater is amazed at how strong and fast the Crimson Garnet is. Blackwater rushes to the scene, but he too is hit, this time with a wooden baseball bat. But the bat breaks.
You didn't just hit me with that bat, did you?
No, I didn't. No, sir.
There's one thing I hate worse than being hit with a baseball bat.
Blackwater lifts the boy by his shirt.
Let me go.
And that's when somebody lies about it.
Sorry.
Blackwater drops the boy and the bat. The boy runs. But the Crimson Garnet stops him before he gets anywhere. The Garnet carries the boy over to Debbie Bronze.
Miss Bronze, you've always been an amazing officer in the past. I know you're off duty, but would you mind terribly arresting this young man?
Done. You're under arrest. You have the following rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be repeated.
Moments later,
That was some fighting.
You weren't so bad yourself.
meanwhile, at Street Boss's hidden lair, the cowboy hat-clad marksman approaches the always mysterious Street Boss.
There's a new person in town.
So?
He's got more stamina than Garnet.
Explain.
Garnet shook off a blow to the head from a gun butt by one of our guys. This new guy, Blackwater, I believe, didn't even flinch when a man broke a ball bat over him.
I want this one.
Later that day, Blackwater walks in a park. A shadowy figure approaches. It's Marksman.
Blackwater, your services are required by order of the Street Boss.
And if I refuse?
A big heavy man appears. He doesn't have much intellect, but he looks to have tons of muscle.
Bubba Crush!
Not yet, Bubba.
I can feed you something, Bubba. A knuckle sandwich.
Blackwater punches Bubba, who goes flying. When he gets up, he runs away.
Going somewhere?
Marksman takes something from his pocket.
He's not, but you are.
He throws the object at Blackwater. It was some kind of smoke pellet. Sleeping gas comes out in ready supply. It works. Blackwater is unconscious. When Blackwater wakes, he has a headache, and he's too tired to even move. Two guards enter the room and pick Blackwater up off the floor. They take him to a big room with an office chair and desk in the middle. The chair turns to reveal a dark, cloaked, hooded figure. The Street Boss.
Well, see old Blackwater.
What of it?
I've heard some pretty strong things about you.
So, get to the point, whoever you are.
I am Street Boss.
Who?
Only the strongest villain in Seattle. Or the world as far as I can tell.
What do you want with me?
What I want, my dear friend, is you.
Huh?
Join me and receive much power.
And if I refuse?
I have two collections, dear Blackwater. Servants and graves.
How large are your collections?
Millions of servants. And if you refuse me, one definite grave.
Later, Mark finds himself in a hospital bed.
Don't leave me. You're all I got left.
Suddenly, the image shifts, and Blackwater is the one in the hospital bed, and Mark is saying,
Please, you're all I have left. Yeah.
Mark wakes in a cold sweat. It was a dream. He sits up. Suddenly, Mark realizes Blackwater is family, and Mark needs Blackwater. Maybe even more than Blackwater needs him.
Your answer, please.
No offense, Mr. Boss, but I'll die before I serve you.
Two men in dark suits approach Blackwater from both sides.
Your words are truer than you may think, Mr. Blackwater.
The two men hit Blackwater on opposite sides at the same time. He falls to the floor because he was caught off guard.
Now, Mr. Blackwater, will you work for me or not?
Blackwater raises his head to Street Boss.
The day will come, Street Boss, when you'll regret you ever heard the name Blackwater.
I think not.
Street Boss begins to punch Blackwater in the face, but Blackwater catches the fist with ease. Then punches Street Boss in the stomach, knocking him back for a moment. Blackwater jumps up, turns around to face the two other men. He grabs them by the sides of their heads and knocks the two heads together. He then makes his escape. This would definitely make him a most wanted man by Street Boss. Later, Mark Skies and Dwayne Bronze talk in their dorm.
You don't know where my cousin is, do you?
Blackwater?
Yeah.
No. Why? Are you getting worried?
Frankly, yes. He's staying here, but he hasn't been here for the last 2 nights.
All we can do is pray, Mark. But we both know how that works. Dear Lord.
Blackwater stood in the doorway, his clothing tattered.
God does work quickly, doesn't he?
Amen.
Could one of you boys point me in the direction of the shower? Because I sure feel like I sure could use one.
Blackwater falls to the floor. Dwayne and Mark together run to Blackwater.
What happened? Where have you been?
It's a long story. Maybe I'll tell it to you when I wake up.
Just then, 3 men dressed in black outfits swing through 3 windows.
Not again.
Get him!
Dwayne and Mark knock out the 2 intruders while Blackwater, still on the floor, pulls the 3rd man's feet out from under him.
Well, boys, that's that. I reckon I swallowed and we better get before some more of them come after us.
Let's go.
Blackwater opens the door, and there before him stood a ninja, dressed all in black, including mask.
Hi-yah!
The ninja puts on a display of swinging his arms in the doorway. Blackwater simply punches him in the face, and he collapses.
The Crimson Garnet can take care of this problem.
Dwayne raises his hand in the air, but Mark grabs it.
No, you'd ruin the dorm. Plus, you'd give yourself away.
Blackwater spotted a black sports car outside one of the broken windows. He thought to himself that it belongs to Street Boss's men because he saw it at Street Boss's base.
I got an idea. Follow me.
The 3 friends jump through the broken window as the men bust through the door behind them. A spray of machine gun fire follows the boys out the window. They jump into the black car, Blackwater in the driver's seat.
Great stick shift.
Are you sure you can drive that? I mean, I didn't think you had many cars where you come from.
We got plenty of cars back home. Just cops we ain't got many of.
Blackwater peeled out and off they went in their newly acquired ride. As they drove along, the three continued conversing.
I probably sound terrible. Isn't this Grand Theft Auto?
Blackwater swerved the car, just barely making the turn. Street Boss's men crashed into the trees.
Whew, I take that question back about you not being able to drive this thing.
Later at the Seattle Police Department.
Debbie, we have some evidence for you to incriminate the street boss.
Great, let's see it. Bring it up.
It's here, outside. A car.
Okay, then let's go out to it. Where is it?
Right this way, ma'am.
Blackwater hospitably motions Debbie Bronze outside. Debbie gives a large smile to Blackwater. The four people walk outside towards the car. Mark stops at the door to the department exit.
What was that?
The car. It just exploded.
To be continued.
Thank you for listening to Crimson Garnet, Episode 7. The cast are as follows. Crimson Garnet by David Robbins. Narrator by Nathan Caldwell. Blackwater by Lek Zorn. Deborah Bronze by Paulina Logan. Matthew Bronze by Carl A. Nordman. Security Master by Mike Hall. Mark Skies by Nick Armstrong. Street Boss by John Warren. The Marksman by Ben Reinhardt. Woman with the Purse by Elora Barlow. Man in the Crowd by Gaius Turan and Lek Zorn. Bubba by Gaius Turan. Old Man by Lek Zorn. Woman by Elora Barlow. Music by Kevin MacLeod. You can find more of his work at incompetech.com. Sound effects are from freesound.org. Find more of their work at freesound.org. Thank you for listening.
Produced by David Robbins. Written by Nathan and Clayton Caldwell. Crimson Garnet was created by Nathan Caldwell. Blackwater was created by Clayton Caldwell.